Okay, and we're back. We're having some issues here with the internet, but I think it should be working now. Okay, so we were here trying to figure this out. This /feedback /new feedback is not something that we can do here, and there's a long reason why. It's some type of Django setting, who knows what, and we'll try that, I guess. Fetch new feedback. Why is it doing that? Feed. Let's try that new feedback without anything. Again. Test 2. Test 2. What happened here? I'm not sure. Let's try again. The array here still only has one object. So the question is why? Okay. Okay, and so get feedback, get feedback. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's see how we're handling it with the up here with the use effect. So this is how we're doing it. We're doing it like that. Feedback engine. Now he's saying that the post requests cannot start with a / and that it's some type of setting here from Django. So I'm wondering exactly what the situation is here. Call the URL post, but the URL doesn't end in a slash. Ah, okay. So I guess the issue might be what? Might be post feed. Where is it? New post form here. So my new feedback. Hold on. So let's just write it real simple here, which would be feedback / this. So only one / instead of 3 or 2 or whatever. Okay. Reload. Reload again. And see, we only have one item in there. Test 2. Test 2. Suggest a feature. But the URL doesn't end in a slash. Even though here ends in a slash, and here it ends in a slash. So let's try this again. Still giving us some weird error here. Test 1. Feedback, new feedback. It's just what we did. That's exactly what we did. So it's doing feedback, new feedback, like that. I mean, I think it should work. Try it again. So we posted it to feedback, internal server error, and this is what we are fetching from. This is crazy, like it doesn't make any sense at this point. Test one. So every time we submit, it's giving us this weird thing here. Craziness. How is the feedback engine doing it? I'm wondering. So the only other time, so it's like this, but it's because it's a post request. Okay, we'll try that. Test 2. No. You call the URL via post, but the URL doesn't end in a slash, and you have to append /set. Django can't redirect to the slash URL while maintaining post data. Change your form to .2. Okay. That's crazy. Not really sure where to go from here. I don't want to go and edit the settings right now. And this whole thing here is saying it should be like that maybe. I don't think that's gonna help, but let's see. All right, so it's doing those 2 API calls. Let's see now, test 2. What are they talking about? It is ending with a slash. Zero doesn't end in a slash. And you have append /set. So the new feedback here, URL ends with a slash. I've specified already over here. Fetch new feedback. Okay. So I will end it with a slash. We'll try that. Test 2, test 2. All right, so the error went away, and it did post in. The post went through. Set post is not defined. Great, so set post is not defined. So we are making some progress here. I think we figured it out. The set post function is something that we called in here, but we're not actually passing it anywhere. We're not defining it anywhere, sorry. So we're gonna figure that out in a minute, but let's just see if actually we managed to get into the database. And I don't think so, which is pointing to, so the form, when we click here, it is going to the server. It is submitting something, but it's not doing anything at the database level. So let's see why that is. So we have our new feedback request. We take the request, make sure it's post. If that checks, then we do user ID equals request.user ID. Feedback title is the title, description is the description, and then we find that user and we create some new feedback. Feedback equals title. So we have the feedback here with our title equals feedback title, which comes from up here. Description equals feedback description. Great. And we still need the user. User equals user. Okay. And then we save it. Then we return some type of JSON response message. Post created successfully. So because we're returning something here, I do want to display that in my console as a debugging tool. So again, when we handle the submit, when we submit our form, right, it'll do .then data. Now, I don't know if we actually have to, we are already unwrapping the JSON. Yes, and we're doing data.message, and I think that's the correct syntax there. Yeah, data.message, this here. Console log data.message, that should be okay. Set title, set description. And I still want to console log our error. So it wouldn't be console.error. I would actually want to run this before here. So I have a problem. I already know I have a problem with my set post because I haven't defined it anywhere. But I do want a console error before I try messing with that. And let's try and run that again, or reload the page. Do a little test here, test 2, test whatever, suggest a feature. I'm getting some action here on the server telling me, hey, you got a post request on this URL and you got a 302, which I don't remember right now. Yeah, I know a 202, a 200 means it's all good, a 400 means or 500 means it's all bad, a 302, who knows? It doesn't really matter though. I will try to find here this. So the first problem I got is my JSON.parse got a unexpected character at line 3, column 1 of the JSON data. I don't know if I can click here. Yeah, so this is the code that we wrote over there, this console.error. The question is, what exactly is the issue? Unexpected character line 3, column 1 is JSON data. And then what? Like, what does that mean? Of the JSON data, it's just pointing to something weird down here. Let's see over here, JSON response, posts. Right. And so our dict does have a key, which is like that, and that, and that. Okay. I don't think this is necessarily an issue here. So we're basically assuming that this code here is going well, that the issue is in the front end, even though it could be the opposite or it could be at both. Test, and again, test. It's still giving me this problem here. Syntax error at line 3, column 1 of the JSON data. It's this line here, so we are getting some type of error. And if we check our database, Python manage, wait a second, we have to change the directory first, CS50 file project, yeah, so Python manage py shell. Great. So from, basically we gotta import everything. So from users, import users dot models, import all. From feedback dot models, import all. And now we want to just display everything, so let's just call this posts is equal to feedback objects all. Again, post. So we're only showing here that we only have one post, so we still have that issue there. New feedback, user ID. I'm assuming that my title and my description should be okay. And that's all in the fetch. Let me just double check this with the AI. Is this okay for a const handle submit in React? Is this okay for a const handle submit in React? And then we just type in some of that code in there. Copy all this, reload. Again. Quack. Broke the AI. Okay. let's just get this line out for now and reload. Test 2, test 2. It's clearly triggering some error, but it doesn't say what. Syntax error in JSON parse. React 23. I'm telling you, debugging for React sucks at best. It's not helpful at all. It just isn't. Okay. HTML network. Basically, we're like stringifying each field individually. I wonder if that is a thing here. Like if that's the issue here. Should I stringify all this? Stringify all this at once or separately like here? Yeah, I think that's the issue. It could be that I'm not doing it right. You see, it should be something like this. See if I can come down a little. It should be something like this here. And then stringify it all at once. That's the issue. So we would have our headers. We would also have this thing here. Which we can add right here. Yeah. So const data, title and description, and then sorry, this doesn't go here. This actually goes up here. Const data would just be this dict here. Dictionary with title and description, whatever. And this data is what we will pass as a body over here. Data. And we take this line out. Okay. So we're trying to find that data, which means that in our server, we have to load first the data. Data is equal to JSON JSON loads of request dot data, and then data dot title and data title and data dot description. Now, I don't think the syntax is correct. I believe in Python you have to do it like this. So we can play around with this in a minute. and see what the correct syntax is, but just off the top of my head, I think that's how it goes. Like that. Okay, so data title, data description. Let's try that and see if it runs. Seems to like that code. Let's see. Okay, so test 1 or whatever, test 2, suggest a feature, and we still get some error here. But we're definitely going in there, and if I reload this line here, just want to take a look here quick. No, we still only have one object in there. So what is the issue here? Let's see if we have some ideas. Let me know in the chat if you have any ideas. I don't have an idea right now, but I'm trying. That's all we could do, just try. Hope for the best. Yeah, this debugging from just JavaScript and React in general is terrible. It's very hard to debug like this. And the only real thing I have here is from the, I mean, if you notice, nothing is really giving me an error other than this here, syntax error, JSON parse. Let's take a look at that for a second. So response console error of error. Except for that error, which line is giving me the problem? Let's see. It's that one, console error of error. So it should just print whatever the error is, which is, it's not doing that. Maybe because there is no error, not really sure. Data message. I need more debugging info. This is like way too, this is just crazy at this point. Feedback engine, new feedback. User. So again, the error is coming from somewhere up here, right? Although I don't think there is an error per se. We'll see in a minute. Okay, so it looks like that's it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'm done for you. You're welcome.